Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast. And today we will be talking about something that is super useful for all business student and professional. Effective business presentation. I'm Wira, and joining today are my friends Modesty and Aditya. How are you guys doing?
Hi Wira, I'm doing very great. Thank you, and I've been really looking forward to this discussion, and it's such a relevant topic for us, right?
Yeah. Hi everyone. Same here. I think we all had a moment where we needed to give presentation, right? So either for class or word, and it's not always to make it effective.
Exactly. I mean, presenting in front of people can be nerve-wracking, but when done right, it can really make an impact. So maybe we can start with this. Why do you guys think effective business presentation are so important?
Well, I think presentation is not only about speaking or showing slide. They're really about communicating ideas clearly and influencing people decision. Because a strong presentation can help you convince client, get investor interest, or motivate your team. Because it's all a tool to share your message confidently.
Yeah, that's true. And I think it's also about building trust. If you can present your idea clearly and confidently, people are more likely to believe in your product or proposal. So basically, how your presentation sometimes can completely change how others receive your company.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. So it's not just what you say, but how you say it's really matter, right? A good presentation help build your credibility and can open up new opportunity.
Exactly, because in the business world, communicating is everything. Because when you're selling your idea, your service or your product, your presentation is reflect your professionalism.
Yeah, right. Now that we've talking about the important, let's dig into what actual make a presentation effective. Aditya, what do you think are some key elements?
Okay, I say three are the three big ones. The first one is the structure, the second is the visual, and the three is the delivery. So the first one is a structure. Your structure, if you need a clearly begin and a middle and the end, strong, explain logically, and finish with a remember conclusion. The second is the visual. Visual is a keep your slide simple and neat. Use chart or image instead of long paragraph. So the third is the delivery. Delivery is your tone, pace, and confidence. Can completely change how people react your presentation.
Yeah, that's true. And because I'd also add that really you have to know your audience. Because if you are talking to the investor, you focus on number and profit. But if you talk into your internal team, you have to focus on a collaboration and shared goals. And understanding who you're speaking, it's help you adjust your message and your tone.
I couldn't agree more. Preparation is also key, and a lot of people underestimate the power of practice. When you practice now, you feel more relaxed and your delivery become natural instead of robotic.
Exactly. Even the best speaker resist multiple times before presenting. It's not about memorizing a sentence, it's about being familiar with your material to so can speak naturally.
Yeah, and sometimes by recording yourself, it's very help because you can see how you look, how your tone sound, and what you need to be improved from your presentation like this.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Now, now, on the other hand, I think we've all seen presentation that didn't go well. What do you think are some common mistakes people make?
Oh, three are plenty. One of the biggest ones is reading directly from the slide. When someone just read word for word, it's a boring and show they are not prepared. So slide should support your message, not replace it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because another mistake is because some mistakes is putting too much information on one slide, like the paragraph is text are too many numbers, so people get lost and stop paying attention. So less is more when it comes to the visual.
Yeah, and sometimes presenter forget about body language, things like not making eye contact, crossing your arm, and standing too stiff can make the audience lose interest. Your body should communicate confidence even before your words do.
True, and I say time management is another issue. Some people spend too long in one slide and then trust through the rest. Practicing with a timer really help to balance your flow.
Yeah, and there's also the 10-20-30 rule from Guy Kawasaki, which means 10 slide, 20 minutes, and no font smaller than 30 points. It really help keep your presentation simple, clear, and readable.
That's a really helpful rule. So overall, it's about keeping things clear, engaging, and well paced, focusing on what truly important for your audience.
Exactly. At the end of the day, the main goals of a presentation is not impress with a fancy slide, but to make a people understand and remember your message.
Yeah, and take the practice is also really helpful because a great presentation are not bored because they learn through their experience and their feedback. So don't be afraid to make mistakes because every time you present, you'll get better.
Yeah, I love that point. So if we summarize what we're talking about, effective business presentation are clear, structured, audience focused, and well delivered. It's about preparation, confidence, and connection.
Exactly. If you can do that all, your message will not only be heard but also remembered.
Yeah, I would say. And honestly, this skill will help us not in the business but also in our everyday communication.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, that's all for today's episode. Thank you for Modesty and Aditya to joining me. And thank you for everyone for your listening. We hope this podcast give you some insight and help your delivery for your presentation with confidence and style. See you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank
See you
you,
next
Ron.
time.